welcome back to another edition of the John Wayne Surge Protector podcast, a 60/40 production. I'm Eric Halsey.
I'm Alex Midway, and if you think you didn't see us yesterday and it's on Wednesday and we're a day late, well, you're wrong. That was AI generated. That's right. We're gaslighting now.
Yeah, it turns out truth is really just a construct, so you're wrong.
It's just a horrible person asking stupid questions. Such a horrible organization. Always lying.
Yeah, and you know what, listener? I gotta tell you, with your complaints, you're a very obnoxious person.
Like, why do I even talk to you? I do the most podcasts of anyone out there. We're out here just working all the time, putting out the best content, and you're just always complaining. We don't need you. Who are you?
Yeah, how dare you not highlight the great things we're doing and instead only focus on all the illegal things we're doing.
Have you seen the size of our crosses? They are huge.
Oh my God. Yeah, everything's on fire. So exactly like we left you on Thursday. What's going on with you, big guy?
So yesterday was actually my bad. I had to leave town from Arizona and go see a concert in another town. Whatever state's next to us. That's where I went. For all that matters.
Truth or Consequences, New Mexico.
Yeah, sounds about right. But yeah, so that was on me, and we're going to do back-to-back episodes. We'll do another one tomorrow. It's me and Eric were talking earlier. He's like, hey, man, we going to have enough content? I'm like, buddy, we could have enough content to do this daily. But we don't get paid enough, so we still got to keep clocking in at work.
Yep, so we are recording live and in living color for you guys today, just a little bit late.
Yeah, it is what it is. Good things come to those who wait, and you get what you pay for, a-holes. You pay us nothing, we will give you just as much back. So let's kick it off with a Tesla ticker here. It's down to $390. Well, it was $395 last time we talked. It went to like $389 over weekend. And it had a spike at 402, and it's currently just sitting around at 392 like a little turd you can't flush down. And the reason they had a spike is because Elon on Saturday piped up. He's like, Terafab project launches in 7 days. And the Terafab project is essentially them starting an AI chips factory. And if you know anything about Elon, it usually doesn't get done in 7 days unless it's getting someone pregnant.
Also, if you know anything about Elon, warehouses are super flammable. So keep buying the stock, guys. Nothing ever goes wrong.
I mean, technically, it could still go up. It's going to go against every metric out there that says it shouldn't go up. But when I was reading more on it, it's like, why is this stock the way it is? And they're like, oh yeah, analysts are predicting Tesla growth to be up 40% in the next 3 years. I'm like, I don't see why, but whatever. And so you can still make money. It doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah, they can improve their businesses all they want. Without clientele, you have no one to sell it to, which is where money comes from, unless it's the stock market, which is a sham, like the Bible.
I mean, all their money kept going down, like the amount of cars that they were selling, like, was all tanking. Like, I don't know. Elon tweeted the other day, like, to the moon, baby, diamond hands.
Yeah, but the only people buying Teslas are like, I'm not doing this garbage, not with this guy anymore, except for the handful of rich hillbillies who really like their Cybertrucks.
Well, you just go ahead and wait until President Donald Justice Trump outlaws any car that's not a Tesla.
Well, that's the kind of bribery you can do when you become the first trillionaire.
Yeah. I mean, we got a couple stimmy checks coming. I think our Doge refunds coming. What was it? The tariff refunds coming. There's a couple more that's in the pipeline. So I might have a Cybertruck in my future.
Yeah, by all accounts, by the end of this fiscal quarter, we should be getting, if my count's right, about 4 different government checks.
Yeah. So that will amount to 1 filled up gas tank?
Also, we're not getting any of that, guys. Nothing from Doge. They lied to you. Nothing. It certainly isn't going to be us for these tariff checks.
There's a little bit of a plot twist kind of motif through this whole episode, but let's start it off and kick with Ukraine. But before we do that, I do want to go ahead and say that Sean Penn might be my new favorite actor. And previously, it was Johnny Sins for all his ability to cycle from the roles of a fireman, electrician, soldier, and any other blue-collar job. But Sean Penn apparently skipped the Oscars, and he won at the Oscars, but he wasn't there. He took time out to go visit Ukraine. And if you haven't watched the earlier documentary produced, during the effing invasion, the original one. It's Superpower. It's on Paramount Plus. It's probably gonna get pulled down when it gets taken over, but for now it's still up there. But yeah, Sean Penn, that's my dude.
Yeah, I watched the Oscars. It's a little. I didn't know I was going to be doing it, but hung through, and I thought it was pretty low class of Sean Penn to not show up. And then I found out why. And you know what? I'm all for Sean Penn.
Did you know any of the movies in the Oscars?
I really like Sinners.
Okay, so you
Sinners
got one.
was my jam. I loved it. I am currently on with what little free time I have, getting really, really high, and started writing the movie Clanpires, where a bunch of the clan gets bitten by vampires, and hopefully Michael B. Jordan signs on to help me kill them all at the end of the story.
A rom-com, so I take it.
Well, yeah, no. I originally I was thinking keep it like Sinners, very gritty, very poignant.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm kind of thinking slapstick comedy might be the way to actually go with this one. I don't know. It could be the edibles.
I mean, you definitely designed a chair one time on wheels, so I feel like filmmaking's within your repertoire.
Me and Jesus Christ, the best name in carpentry.
Essentially. But when you're talking about best names in show business, it's got to be Donald, because Donald was on Fox News, and they were asking about, like, he's been doing a lot of interviews trying to put out this S-storm that he started. But he's like, we got the best drones. No one's helping us at all. We're doing this all by ourselves. And I don't know. That goes very different from reports out of Ukraine that they have about 200 experts they sent out there. And they're out there between defending their own country. They're like, now other people, like, we need help too. Like, you guys were not helping us beforehand. Like, yeah, but it's different now. Like, fair enough. You know what? We'll turn the other cheek. Meanwhile,
there's nothing in this world more conservative than laughing at bad things happening to people and then being the victim when those same things happen to you.
Yeah. It's essentially everybody in MAGA right now. Like, brown people getting deported. Like, what the hell? Gas is $17.
I voted to be racist, not poor.
I'm just
kidding. Still both.
Yeah. So I mean, we're out here lifting U.S. sanctions on Russian oil, and it's gonna help out people at the pump. It won't. It's just essentially, again, you're gonna recognize this trend. There's a whole lot of help in Russia going on, but Ukraine's out there. It's a little country that could.
Yeah, pin in that whole help you out at the pump thing for tomorrow's episode. The Trump admin released a banger yesterday.
Ooh. Again, we'll never run out of content. That's the only positive thing about it.
It's true.
Let's go take a look at the actual Middle East right now and the whole thing with the Strait of Hormuz. Hopefully China, France, Japan, South Korea, the UK, and others that are affected by this artificial constraint will send ships to the area so that the Hormuz Strait will no longer be a threat by a nation that's been totally decapitated. And I don't know, first of all, there's nothing artificial about this constraint. You went in there, did it. And second of all, why are you asking for help if you've already destroyed the entire place?
Yeah, so I also looked at this, and my I have a coworker who's very, very conservative, read till he's dead. And offhanded, we were talking about waiting on shipments and things getting, pushed back and delivery times getting crazy again. And it was like, well, hopefully everything opens up once, our allies actually come and pitch in, which made me go, whoa. Didn't we just spend an entire year screwing with their money? Are they still our allies? Because it's not really looking like they are.
It's your one buddy who just decides to just jump into a whole, gang territory. He's like, all right, now you guys got to back me up. Like, we told you this was a bad idea. Like, nobody wanted to do this. Like, we're not friends unless you get in here, too. Like, we'll take our chances.
Do you remember you brought a little piece of cancer into our group once with the fun little South African guy you met at the bar?
Yeah, not my finest work. We would have known that South Africans are such horrible people.
Worst day of my life. This South African guy managed to piss off this entire bar and then drag us into a giant fight. And this whole bar hated him so bad, they started a USA chant as we were going outside to fight 5-on-5. I've always dreamed of doing something so awesome that everybody just chants USA around me. And being on the opposite side of that, I get why every other country hates us.
It's not fun. So,
Worst day of my life.
have you heard about like how everyone's navigating the actual Strait of Hormuz?
I'm assuming because according to my map, it's about a 1 millimeter bit of land they have to like where it squeezes out in bottlenecks.
Mm-hmm.
But it certainly sounds like they're back to dropping mines and stuff all through the water.
I mean, they're doing that, but essentially, I mean, other than the fact that we decapitated the entire country, there's no more military, but now we need everyone to come out there. They are essentially just saying they're Chinese vessels. They're like, hey man, we're with China, because Iran's like, listen, like we'll open this thing up for other countries. Like the US can go pound sand, but like we're cool with the actual Chinese. So people are flying different country flags.
Yeah, I did see somewhere where whoever's their parliamentarian or whoever's their, whatever their version of Speaker of the House is, only much taller and better looking, did come out and say, it was like, guys, we'll open it up to any country that kicks out the U.S. and Israeli consulates. Like, kick them out of your country and you are more than happy to fly straight through the strait.
Did you hear what Grandpa came on Truth Social and one of his excuses of why this war is happening?
No, but I'm guessing it's not going to be accountability we're about to hear.
It is accountability. It is accountability because this war was started by, all caps, Barack Hussein Obama.
Oh, okay.
And obviously, you got to toss in, all caps, Joe Biden. And we've been fighting it for over 47 years. I'm putting an end to it, because I'm the peace president. This week, I'll be creating a Hormuz peace board, where the so-called coward NATO allies are not welcome. And it goes on for more and more. Like, he just got done creating the peace board and then attacked Iran, and now he's starting the Hormuz peace board. And who's he going to attack afterwards? I'm guessing Cuba.
So just to get this straight, we are asking for all of our allies' help in trying to get this strait open while creating a board, calling them cowards and saying they're not invited to this Hormuz peace board.
It is called reverse psychology, and if you were a genius, you would know this.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. It could just be that I barely graduated high school, but 4D chess seems pretty effing stupid.
It's up to 5D chess now.
Oh God. What? Why did we lose the supersize option if McDonald's doesn't kill these people?
We'll never know.
All right. So great news for the war. Our country's top counterterrorism official and MAGA election denier called it quits this week, leaving his position immediately and dropped a banger of a resignation letter, which basically says Iran was not an imminent threat and Israel has been sowing seeds and coercing our president. Now, I love a good FU to the powers that be as much as the next guy, but losing anybody from counterterrorism while at war with the guys we are constantly accusing of funding terrorism kind of seems stupid to me, no?
It's not the smartest move.
But I might be a glass half full fella, so this might be an eye-opening moment that clears the fog of insanity and lets us get the car back on the track. Never mind, we're not that lucky. Every Republican immediately called Kent an anti-Semite. God, I wish we had the infrastructure and congruity that AIPAC does.
So, his full name is Joe Kent, and you already went over why he retired. Did you go, what's it called? Trump, as soon as he retires, like, it's a good thing he's out because he said Iran was not a threat. Every country recognized Iran was a threat. Like, cool. That's why they're all out there with you bombing Iran. Like, no. It's just you and your homeboy.
Yeah, I also love that he pushed through this guy's confirmation, and now that he's resigned, he's like, he's just weak. Who hired that loser?
Like White House press secretary, like Carolyn Levitt wrote on social media, she's like, it's riddled with false claims. And, like right now you get news out of Iran, and Iran's supposed to be this one lockdown country, like whole kind of crazy government that limits the press, but they're like, Israel's like, yeah, we killed their intelligence minister. Like, yeah, they definitely did. Like, yeah, we killed their Ayatollah. Like, yeah, they definitely did. Like, they're confirming more things than our own government, which is supposed to have a whole lot more freedom of the press.
Yeah, I am interested to see what Iranian coverage is on this war and what it's like, and are they going to? There's only one side of this story, and this is the one you will be publishing.
I mean, they're
like
out there
other dictator countries like we have.
but they're out there like confirming things like and they're not denying it. Like we haven't seen BB in 8 days other than that one AI video. Is like, hello, fellow alive peoples. I'm here getting coffee. Good. I hate children.
Do you think he's gone?
Yes.
You think he's done? You think he's dead?
It's like if Trump doesn't tweet for 24 hours, I know something's wrong with him. If BB's not out there telling me that Iran's close to getting a nuclear weapon for 2 days, I know he's gone.
Don't know. I just don't think this world has done enough good in it to get that kind of reward.
Christmas in July came early, homie. That's all I'm hoping for.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, the AI video was a little weird.
Yeah, it's out there. But let's go back to this one right now and talk about Joe Kent, that libtard scumbag that is out there just undermining our president. Let's go for a little history on him. He enlisted in the army at 17 on a ranger contract. So that says that he told the army, he's like, hey man, I'll join with you guys, but only way I'm going in is if you let me be a ranger. Like, you allow me to go apply. And sure enough, he did. And then after he got done with ranger school, he went ahead and signed up for the special forces. And right before 9/11, when we were all doing keg stands, while I was in boot camp, he went ahead and he was in SF school. Like, he was in special forces school, like qualifying for it. Afterwards, he went ahead and did 11 tours, most of them in Iraq, and he went ahead and retired in 2018, where he did not phone it in. He became a paramilitary officer for the effing CIA. And in 2019, he lost his wife to a suicide bomber in Syria. So with that, I'm saying if this dude was a full-on MAGA racist, like he'd have like all kinds of hate and want to just bomb the Middle East. And the fact that he came out and he said, he's like, no man, we messed up, is wild.
I did not know his background. But I do know our president, so I think it's a little alarming that somebody who could go through all that special forces, 11 tours, and still be weak. So thank the mighty American Jesus that Pete Hegseth is here to turn it around. So sissies like you don't go infecting our military ever. This is how do you call this man weak? How?
Like, they kicked out Madison. He's like, he's not really about the war stuff. Like, really? You picked a guy, a freaking reservist, to take over his job? Like, he's got a 3%er tattoo. Like, this is dumb.
He more than doubled your deferments with tours. Buddy, if that guy's weak, I don't know about the rest of us. And again, as patriotic and as awesome as that is, still an election denier, still full-blown MAGA. And now, he's letting the scorpions sting him. This is on you.
I don't know, man. I think he might change because I don't know if you've been seeing it, but I've been seeing like MAGA just starting to like rip apart at the seams. Half of them in there like, oh, this is exactly what we wanted. And the other half's like, what the F? Like, this isn't America first. Like, why are we fighting for Israel? Like, they went through the whole grab 'em by the pee, getting citizens shot, like immigrants getting rallied up and set away in cattle cars, and Epstein just being covered up. But now, like, I'm seeing things I haven't seen from these people.
And that's what has me worried, because it's the one thing that united us all last time?
Huh.
Couple of planes flying into buildings and another BS reason to go beat up some Middle Easterns.
Oh. Well, this time it's going to be Shaheed drones in California. We went over this already.
Oh, God. I'm worried. But, hey, what are we going to do?
We still bombing Iran? I find like the president's not allowed to keep doing this for an extended period of time, or do we just give him war powers already?
No, Mike Johnson turned Congress into a cuck chair, so No way to stop them now. You just have to sit and watch the pounding,
Oh, but
like Jesus wanted.
we literally had a war about kings, and now we're going right back to it. But I mean, one of the people that I noticed, like, kind of getting ready to go over to the other side is Kid Rock. And Kid Rock's out there, like, he built a house that looks like the White House. And so he's a big fan of a president, but he had the whole thing where he was out there testifying about Ticketmaster having an actual monopoly of Live Nation. Did you know that actually, I'm just going to call him Live Nation. Understand it's Ticketmaster slash Live Nation, kind of like Sears Roebuck back in the day. Oh, Live Nation has owned and operated 460 venues, and 78 of them were amphitheaters. Like, this is late breaking news to me. I did not know.
Yeah, I did not know that either. But I guess it makes sense if we're getting raped that, some big important company who owns everything is just slipping it inside and going as high up as they can go.
If you guys have a chance to take a look at it, just go ahead and type in a Google, like, which venues does Ticketmaster own? And they have amphitheaters, like, they operate 56 of the top 100 amphitheaters in the US, apparently. Like, this is a company that's supposed to just sell tickets, but they own the venue as well.
They can't wet their beak?
Well, apparently Sleepy Joe Biden didn't like it because in 2024, his weaponized DOJ sued Live Nation for monopolization and other unlawful conduct that thwarts competition in markets across the live entertainment industry. So the guy passed an infrastructure bill, went after all kinds of junk fees, and took on Live Nation, all while he was sleeping.
Yeah, but I can't drive after 4 or 5 beers. It's a ridiculous double standard they keep holding. Yeah, for somebody who is dead asleep for 4 straight years, he sure seemed to do a lot of things you have to undo, huh, Trump?
Like, the fact that everyone's like, Joe Biden sucks, he's too old. Like, this old man was trying to take down Ticketmaster, but people jacking up our fees to go out and party. Like, that's not a curmudgeon. Like, that's a man who understands and has his finger on the pulse of the people. He's like, the people just want to see rock shows, and I want to give it to them for cheaper. But apparently, there's been a little bit of a settlement. Have you heard about the settlement?
Well, on the other side, though, he also loved his son, and what kind of man loves another man? So, I prefer a president like Trump who actively does not care whether his kids live or die, except for the hot one.
The one he wants to have sex with.
Yeah.
But did you hear about the actual settlement?
No. Refresh my memory here.
So, right now, as I'm going to go ahead and read over this, just in the back of your mind, think about all the times Ticketmaster screwed you with fees, and just understand that this is the settlement that Donald Trump reached with them. Live Nation must cap service fees at 15% and allow competing ticketing platforms to connect to its software. The fact that they weren't allowing other companies to compete for this is wild.
I mean, I get it. It's my venue. Now that we know they own venues.
Well, the whole thing is Ticketmaster, like, this is written in there. Ticketmaster must stop threatening venues with losing access to concerts if they don't choose to use Ticketmaster. This is straight up some mafioso-esque.
This is the same thing back in the origin of pay-per-view that Vince McMahon did to service providers. He said if you play anybody else's stuff on your station for pay-per-view, you can't have any of my stuff. Essentially bullying them into a monopoly.
Yeah, I know it's an actual board game here. I didn't know it's a way of life and still happening, but it is what it is. And we told you guys about how many, what's it called? They have 78 amphitheaters on top of their 460 venues. It says the company must divest from 13 of those amphitheaters.
So he's hitting them real hard where it hurts him.
Yeah, really going after the breadbasket. And after all these years, they now have to pay $280 million in civil penalties to the states. That's not per state. That's for all of them.
Okay, so $280 million. So is this a fifth stimulus check we're going to be getting?
Yes, on
Because I'm
top of the
pretty
Doge.
sure, I'm almost positive half that $280 million came from me buying us tickets to go see the Wu-Tang reunion tour.
Yeah, if you're feeling disappointed, you're not the only one, because even Kid Rock came out and he's like, I don't understand why they would negotiate a settlement. Why not just let it see its course? Let's see what 12 people decide. And Kid Rock was disappointed, so I'm sure he just went out there and shot a couple Bud Light cans.
So my question is, and I hope a reporter asks, is he saying these things about Ticketmaster because he feels personally wronged by them? Or is this like more of one of those like nobody's paying to see Kid Rock. TPUSA showed that. So you think he's doing this like just because it's the right thing to do, or do you think in his MAGA brain he's like, no, this is why my sales are declining for the past 30 years?
Well, technically, people are paying to see Kid Rock. Well, until they started canceling a bunch of his concerts. But did you hear about his kid? When people wrote about his $5,000 front row ticket?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, these fake news are talking about this $5,000 ticket, and I am selling it at every show. Like, wait a second, Leslie, you just called them fake news, but he just in his rebuttal he admitted that he was doing it. I don't know how his brain works. I would say it barely does. I think he just lashes out at everybody and anybody.
Well, again, just because every time his name comes up, I feel it. I feel it's my obligatory duty to remind you. Kid Rock grew up rich. His daddy owned numerous car dealerships and then paid for Kid Rock's forced entry into the rap scene before he found out there is way more money in racism.
Yeah, and honestly, the whole thing, the reason he might be doing this is kind of like the same reason that Trump sometimes goes out there and hugs the flag and then salutes things to make him seem like he's a salt of the earth guy. But it's one of those things where you can see a person's trying, but they just don't know what the assignment is. Like when Trump's out there and seeing dead service members that he sent to war. We're up to 13 now, in case you're keeping track. And he's out there saluting in his swag hat. He's like Jesus Christ. And Kid Rock's out. Yeah, Kid Rock's out there like, I care about Ticketmaster. Like, why are you charging $5,000 for a front row seat then if you care about pricing?
What do you think would happen if Joe Biden wore a Joe Biden 2024 hat to a transfer and then used it to try to fundraise?
Crucified for looking at his effing watch.
Somebody would have put up a bill for impeachment by rule of treason.
Do you remember the Obama tan suit gate?
Yeah, I actually just saw a huge mashup of all the things they complained about Obama. Like, you remember when tan suit was the big problem? Not covering up raping children?
Like getting billions of dollars to your own private account and giving your son, like, we're still on Burisma. It's like, Hunter Biden made $100,000. He's like, cool. Take a look at the Trump Foundation and what they've been able to get out of his place.
Yeah, it was probably a weaponized DOJ that ruled that you can't have a charity anymore because you stole from pediatric cancer. But hey, Sleepy Joe, what are you going to do? Which one are you going to pick? This is ridiculous.
They're both the same. The Democrats and Republican, there's no difference. Like, shut up, shut up, shut up.
All right, well, moving from Kid Rock onto another scumbag you may remember. So stop me if you heard this one, but DHS screwed up something else now. Remember when some orange goblin decided DHS needed whatever money we had that wasn't already earmarked for Israel? Mm-hmm. I do. Well, Cricket's killer wasn't just using that money to play dress up on TV. No. KK Christie was also buying up warehouses all over America to convert into detention centers. And brother, when I say money isn't an object, this is what I mean.
Did you ever see the one mashup? It took a look at Christie's her campaign with all her advertisements and all the movies that were made for less. It's like Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
It's like Batman trilogy.
$220 million for commercials to the biggest, only targeting the losers who couldn't become police officers. It's just so she could play. It's the greatest make-believe day of her life. She gets to be a cowboy, then she gets to be a SWAT team.
Rich people have a Make-A-Wish Foundation too, or you just milk the government.
Yep, and
What
then
else we got?
we pay for it, so that feels good. So DHS goes out and buys a little over a million square foot warehouse to convert into a detention center in the little town of Social Circle, Georgia. But not just a detention center, a mega center, expected to house 75 to 10,000 detainees, along with 2,000 to 3,000 DHS employees. Problem is, Social City is a little town with only about 5,000 residents, and their infrastructure just can't handle multiplying their population by 3 overnight. So the city asked DHS a bunch of questions about how their new purchase is going to affect the town for water and electricity, so on and so forth. And typical DHS decided ignore. Called decline. So Social City this week went out and took the only step they could and cut off all water and sewage to the warehouse.
I mean, and not using it right now, I don't know how it affects them. They have big plans for it.
So I did a little bit of digging in on this. So with only 5,000 residents in the town, their contract to pull water from a river caps them at 1 million gallons, I think it's per day, which seems like a lot, but spread across 5,000 people, it kind of brings it down. This would be absolutely tripling that amount. And the city can't afford to not have drinkable water.
Have you looked at Social Circle, Georgia?
I have.
Did you see that one of the landmarks here is called Hot Rod's Diner?
Yeah, it's only a 5,000 person city. So unless a famous professional wrestler has a statue there, you're going to get stuck with Jimbo's Bar and Grill as being your center of town.
Well, if you go a little bit outside of town, you will go to Repo Men Field, the Dukes of Hazzard. And as far as the rivers that they're going to be pulling water from, there ain't any around there. There's like 2 little lakes, but that's not going to go for what they're trying to do.
Well, and that's what the city said. And then DHS was like, I prefer not to speak about this at this time. So they went and just cut them all off. Love it. Other side of Social City, it voted about 75% Trump. And now they've entered the find out part of voting for that scumbag. Residents are pissed the new detention center will be visible from their schools and don't want their sleepy little town to become a prison town, which reads to me, I don't mind bad things happening to people based on their skin color, but I don't want to be affected by it at home. Sorry, homies, that just ain't how the world works.
Ew, first it was going to be windmills taking my kids gay, and now we have to see the Mexicans in lockup? Like, ew, get them away.
Yeah, I know. You can hear the concern in their in their voices here.
As they're beating them all up, it's like, I don't want my children to hear the sounds of wrongfully detained people crying. Like, I just ruined someone.
Just do it in Atlanta. Yeah. So also fun little fact about this giant warehouse. Couple screwy things here. Early 2024, the county valued the property at $3.3 million value. All right, pretty good for a big old warehouse. In 2025, that property was reassessed for $29.7 million. So it literally went up tenfold in a year. I did not see anything about them adding $25 million worth of improvements to this warehouse. But hey, what do I know? I'm not a contractor. But it was enough to quirk my interest. And I was like, hey, what did we pay for it? With Doge and all and being transparent and saving. Any clue? 2 years ago, $3.3 million, 2025, jumped to 29.7. How much do you think we paid for that?
Imagine, I mean, what? Maybe 10% on top on a very good time if you find out that DHS is buying all these warehouses. So 35?
Going over 10%, going to 35. I like it. You're close. Let's see. Carry the 2. Nope. Christie blew $128.5 million to buy a warehouse that is not going to work with water and sewage. Slightly overpaying for it by about 75%. And by I mean we paid for your tax dollars. It's a good thing we couldn't afford to pay out SNAP right before Thanksgiving.
you want to know why we paid this to this amount of money?
I don't know, but I feel like this would be a great question for those two 25-year-old robots that we're interrogating about Doge.
Yeah. Like, we don't know what DEI is, but we know it's with women. Like, and since I can't get a date, they're all lesbians. Like, yeah, that sounds about right. Bunch of incels and Doge.
At least those kids can go join ICE once it's all said and done.
So the reason that some people are speculating he may have jumped up is because, do you know who they bought this warehouse from?
Did not see an owner listed.
It would say it's a company called PNK S1 LLC, and it's a subsidiary of a PNK group. It's a real estate developer. So very much kind of like our president. It's also based in Russia because it is owned by Andrei Sharkov. He's the owner of PNK. He is a Russian oligarch. He is an owner, and he's a founder who's been using untraceable funding coming out of Russia to buy and flip commercial real estate. And if you've been wondering why we pretty much ended sanctions, why we told Ukraine to go F themselves, and why we're buying warehouses at 5x what they were assessed at a year ago, you might be starting to connect the dots.
Joe Biden.
Well, this is just like Hunter Biden taking money. Like, Hunter Biden went to multiple colleges and then he was an advisor. Was he overpaid? Yes. But did he influence anything? Like, not really. He showed up and he just hung out there.
Yeah, and really, the only thing the guy's really has done is get a little high and bang some big booty Latina prostitutes. And from everything I could tell, they were over 18. Your move, MAGA.
Like, honestly, like, take a moment right now and be like, if you got your hands on Donald Trump Jr. or Eric's laptop, and you had that laptop for 2 years with unrestricted access, do you think the only thing that's coming off of it is a couple D-pics and them smoking crack? No, it's going to be all kinds of shady S. But at the end of the day, they had Hunter Biden's laptop, and all they found was naked pictures of Hunter Biden doing drugs as a private citizen. That's it.
I believe Sleepy Joe tried pulling that, but Eric had already eaten half of his laptop, so I guess we'll never know.
What's it called? It's one of the pictures I said. It's like, y'all want the Trump kids to go to war, to just see him go fight in war. He's like, I want them to go to boot camp so Eric can shoot his D off in basic.
They would have stopped him for licking the windows before he even got off the bus, and you know it.
That kid doesn't even need an actual Bone Spurs waiver. He just look at him like, not a chance.
They always make me wear this helmet, whether I'm doing things or not.
Like, I'm Eric. Like, God, just get out.
Yeah, for Eric, let's use the Team America Matt Damon impression.
I'm Eric.
Eric Trump.
We had a good one. We missed you guys. Sorry that you couldn't find us yesterday. That's because you're an idiot and we're geniuses. But we'll see you guys again tomorrow. I'm Alex Midway.
Don't forget they're also obnoxious. Feel free to leave your hate on Twitter, Facebook, Grindr, whatever. I'm Eric Halsey.
Daddy, chill.
Later, Gators.